Happy Halloween, guys, and welcome to episode 28 of the Dominick Joseph podcast. Halloween special. What are you for Halloween? Maybe you're watching this as you're cleaning, getting ready to go out, or maybe you're just chilling in for Halloween tonight. Maybe you're handing out trick-or-treat candy. Maybe you are going trick-or-treating. Maybe you're going to egg that old guy's house that, never picks you up when you're trying to get a ride, when it's snowy out. Maybe you plan on just getting all the Three Musketeers on the whole neighborhood. You want to make a monopoly or something. You want to make people start paying for your Musketeers. The fun size definitely do hit differently when it comes to candy. I am definitely sure of that. When I have a small Kit Kat instead of a bigger one, it just tastes better. If I have like 15, Kit Kats and there's 4 in each, and I get like a regular one. Or no, there's 1 in each Kit Kat. Say I have 4 little bite-sized Kit Kats, right? And then there's a regular one right next to it. I'm going to take the 4 little ones because, first of all, I feel better about myself eating it. I don't feel like such a lard ass. And then it just tastes better. Fun-sized candy always tastes better. And that's just my personal opinion. I could totally be wrong, but definitely I'm a fun-sized type of guy. In anything, really. Candy. Women. Oh man, I need to stop. Anyways, if you guys are watching on the YouTube version or on Instagram, I am dressed up as a righteous gemstone. I am Kelvin Gemstone. Adam Devine plays this character. He is from Pitch Perfect. He's in a lot of he's in Workaholics. One of my favorite series of all time. HBO Go is the one that is, or HBO sponsors Righteous Gemstone. They're the one who is the network that puts on Righteous Gemstones, and I'm dressed up as Kelvin. I love the show. My favorite actor right now, Danny McBride, is also in it. He's in Tropic Thunder, Hot Rod, Land of the Lost. A lot of great movies he is in as well. The father from Speed Racer is also in it. I'm totally forgetting his name right now. And I'm ashamed of even saying that. But I am Kelvin Gemstone, the younger minister guy with the fahawk and the white dress and the cross and, the microphone in the ear. That's me. I love Halloween. It's a time where you can just dress up and be whatever the hell you want, and not whatever the hell you want. You got to be careful about what you dress up as now. You don't want to be dressing up as blackface. That ain't cool. Dressing up as a Native American, that ain't cool. Even people from other countries or other nationalities, it's just not cool, And I'm a person from a show, and I think that's okay to dress up as a fictional character. But again, I don't want to get too political right now because it's not about that. It's Halloween, You're probably stuffing your face with some candy, or maybe you're going out to meet the girl of your dreams, or maybe the guy of your dreams, You're just driving, you're having a good time, and you're listening to my voice. It's been 28 whole episodes, man, and we're on Halloween. This podcast started around a month, in a month it will be a year. And wow, I am so thankful for all you guys listening. But I think I'm a little too old to go trick-or-treating now, so I don't think I could go do that anymore, which is a big bummer. But, if I just put a sheet over my head, and it was like an OG ghost, I bet you I could do it. Or I bet you if I dressed up as this, I'd probably get some candy, but maybe not. But I'd probably get the you're a little too old for this, but I think I should definitely try it. So we bought candy for the trick-or-treaters to come to our place, and me and my roommates and I definitely do think Fortnite is going to be the costume that kills it this year. I think there's going to be a lot of Fortnite skins coming to the door. We're going to say you have to Fortnite dance if you want more candy. Like, you got to work for this candy. Some people may think that's fucked up, but I think these kids got to work for it, man. I was working for candy back then. Man, I was hustling. I was going to these houses, I was going 3 or 4 times. A kid could do a Fortnite dance for me. And I think it's just cool. Fortnite dances are cool. Or just any dances, because I know there are dances before there are Fortnite dances, but I'm telling you, man, if you could do like the, the whatever call it one, you're definitely getting a bigger handful from me. I'm a generous person when I give out candy too. When I'm handed out trick or treat candy, I give them a whole handful and throw it in the bag. Fabuloso style. Throw it in the bag. Like, that's how I do it. I love getting into it. And it makes the kids' days, and they remember that kind of stuff. When you give them a good handful of candy, it's like giving a dog a bone. They remember it. Maybe they go and dig it in the backyard too. Maybe they hide it. They hide it from their parents. And sometimes parents will fucking eat your candy. I don't know if you guys have seen the Jimmy Kimmel thing where the parents take the candy from the kids. That is definitely a thing that happens. These parents, they record themselves saying, "Hey, I ate all your candy. Sorry." And these kids go nuts. These kids, it was like I think that was the first time these kids have ever had any hardship. They're like, "Hey, I walked around in the cold in my costume, had to wait in line, had to sort out all the weird stuff, so there's nothing weird like razor blades in my apples and stuff like that. And then, I got all this candy and I get to eat it whenever I want." And then the next morning your parent comes in and says, "I ate it all." Dude, I would be pissed off too. That's a grind. That's basically filing for bankruptcy as a kid. If you lose all your candy. And sometimes, you learn as a kid, sometimes the lower income neighborhoods don't help you out on the candy thing. There's these kids who are like in third grade. Yeah, we're hitting the big houses tonight. They're starting to learn cash money value. They're starting to learn real estate. I would argue that third grade's a big time for any third grader's life, because they start to realize the money's a big thing in our country. As much as I hate to say that, it's a huge thing. These kids they don't want to go to the trailer park to go trick or treating. They want to go up to fucking where the beer flows like wine, and where the salmon flock like the salmon of the women flock like the salmon of Capistrano, like on Dumb and Dumber. They love to just go get the king size candy bars. Man, there's some candies back in my hometown, or back some hometown, some neighborhoods. They'd give out some good candy. And I'm talking king size, and I know I was just talking about how king size is better, but come on. That's like a holy grail to a kid. You get a king size Hershey bar, that's like 6 houses, but you got it in one. That's a big thing. If I were you, man, I got to take a drink of this water real quick. But where was the last place you trick or treated? How old were you? I was like 10, I think. Trick or treat's, Halloween's a fun time, and I love it, and I love dressing up, and I love going out too and having a good time as an adult. There's some cool costumes, there's some sexy costumes, funny costumes. There's a whole type. There's costumes where I've seen some people spend $6,000 on. There's people they can't wait for this day. There's a guy who made a life-size Groot costume on social media. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Like, $6,000 for that? That's pretty cool, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But only one day out of the year, man, you can compare that to like an escort or something. You have a good time for a year. Good time for a night for that price over in Vegas. I don't condone it at all. I mean, you can if you want. If that's how you want to get your stuff done, but you don't have to pay that much. So, before we get a little more into the Halloween subject, I got quite a few questions regarding Halloween, and I would love to answer them for you guys on episode 28, Halloween special of the Dom Joseph podcast. This is my pumpkin, by the way. If you guys have not seen it, if you guys are watching on YouTube, this is my little pumpkin. Have not named him yet, but it's a little pumpkin. Little pumpkins, okay, here's the thing. Little pumpkins are slept on. Little pumpkins are convenient. They're less messy. You don't even have to carve. I mean, you can carve them. They're perfect. They have seeds in them, I believe. Let me see. Pie pumpkin. yeah, there's seeds in there that little pumpkins are the way to go. Make sure you get a little pumpkin either this year or next year because they're a life hack. Not a lot, less guts to clean up for sure. Okay, so question number 1. These are all sent in from fans onto the Dom Just podcast. If you guys would like to leave a message or a text or even a voice memo to the show, use the number 425-320-3641. Again, 425-320-3641. Question 1 comes from Nate L. Have you ever said Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror? Never. Never planned to. That is the one. I think I did it twice. I said Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. I almost said it. Yeah, I gotta be careful. There's a mirror right in front of me, so yeah, I said it twice, and that was enough. Yeah. Thanks, Nate, for the question. Question number 2. Would you spend the night in a haunted house? From Ned B. Oh, I know Ned. No, I would not. Anything haunted, anything spirit related, ghost related, I usually don't mess with ever. I'll even be on a date with a girl or something, and they say, "Hey, let's watch a scary movie," and I say like, "Hey, we can't watch The Exorcism or this. Like, I'll watch like Frankenstein type scary movies or like Chucky." But dude, I am not messing with anything devil related, because I'll start seeing shit. I'll start seeing ghosts. Dude, it's not fun. It's a scary thing for me for sure. So no, I would not spend the night in a haunted house. Next question comes from Brian C. Have you ever used a Ouija board? No, and I never plan to. I know I sound like a really big wimp on Halloween here. No, I've heard some horror stories about Ouija boards. Actually, I have a story. My mom was in high school, and her friends were just doing the Ouija board, and there's like 3 cardinal rules of a Ouija board. It's like you have to say goodbye, you have to blow out the candles, and you can't throw it in the fire. And they threw it in the fire after they were done, but they asked it a question before that, and it said one of my mom's friends stupidly, this is when they were young, asked which one of us is going to die first. And what a dumb question to ask, by the way. I would not want to know who dies first out of me and my friends. And it spelt out the dog's name in the room, and they're like, "Oh, it's just the dog. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's talking about." And the next, they got scared because they were fucking around with it, and they threw it in the fire. The next day, the dog gets hit by a car. That's some Ouija board shit I'm not a part of, dude. Like, if someone even brings up a Ouija board, like, "Hey, Dom, you want to go to the Ouija?" I'd be like, "I can't hear you. I couldn't hear you," and then I'd walk the other way. I do not fuck with Ouija boards. So no, I have never used one, and I never really plan to use one. Thank you for the question, though, by the way. 4, by Elijah B. What is the most brutal way to die in your opinion? The most brutal way to die, I think the most suffering way. There's a lot. If we're gonna go back in the prehistoric times, the time where they would tie the horses up and they would, slap their asses and they would like run the opposite ways and rip you apart, that was probably really brutal. There's also those torture chambers where you lay and they roll it and it stretches you out. That's a shitty way to die. Drowning would be a really not dumb, but really poor way of dying. Burning alive would suck. I also think that being buried alive would probably be the worst way to die. And if you had an inch of room, so like imagine being buried and like there's 1 inch of room and you can move just a bit and you're starting to lose air. It's quiet. You're starting to feel like the bugs get in your like, coffin, and you're screaming. Nobody else can hear you. Yeah. If I described that well enough, let me know. I hope, nobody's getting too freaked out over that little description there. But yeah, definitely those ways are the most brutal ways to die. I would not want to die like that. Question number 5 comes from Beth H. I almost said the last name there. I apologize. What is your weapon of choice that you'd wait? What is your weapon of choice in the zombie apocalypse, and where would the first place you'd go be? Okay, the first place I'd go in a zombie apocalypse would not be to Walmart. That would be the worst place to go. Um, if anything, I'd probably go to I'd stay in my house, ration all the food I had here, then go to the next door neighbors' houses and maybe try to bro out with them. Not necessarily try to take food, because then you're gonna have to worry about the people in the houses and the zombies. But I would not want to go everyone always makes this dumb, or I'd go to Cabela's. Well, if you go to Cabela's, you're going to die. There's a million people thinking the same thing. Oh, I'm gonna go get a gun. It's not going to work. So get off your high horse and quit saying, oh, I'm gonna go get a horse or get a Cabela. I mean, getting a horse would be smart, but dude, get over yourself. Or I'm going to Walmart. Zombie expert here, man. I used to have a zombie killer card. I don't want to hear it. Definitely, I'd stay put, eat all I had, and then slowly go around all the other neighbor houses, because obviously the statistics, somebody's dying in this neighborhood. So, actually, my buddy, he's Mormon. He's got some ration stuff. If shit went down, I'd go say what up to him. I wouldn't take all his food, but I'd definitely go stop by, see if they had anything. Question number 6 from Manny. If you had to lose a limb, what would it be? Fuck. If I had to lose a limb, so a limb would be your leg or your arms. I don't think that counts as your fingers, because if we were to get rid of, limb, if those are fingers, I'd get rid of my, I don't know what finger I'd get rid of. Probably my ring finger, because I feel I need my thumb, I need my pointer finger, I need my pinky. Yeah, if I can catch a basketball and shoot, yeah, I'd lose my ring finger. But if we're talking limbs, and I think I got the limb definition wrong. I don't want to lose my legs. I'd have to lose one of my arms. Probably my left arm. Yeah, I mean, if I did this whole show, yeah. I'm not saying I want to, but if I had to, I'd lose my left arm. Question number 7 comes from Dwayne E. What is your worst nightmare to date? Worst nightmare to date. Wow. When I was in my first house I ever lived in over on our reservation back home, I had this weird dream of a guy chasing me with a chainsaw, and it scared the shit out of me. It wasn't even a guy in a mask or anything. It was just some random dude, and he killed me with it, and it was he was lowering the chainsaw onto my stomach, and it felt like it was actually going through. It was and it I felt the rivets in my stomach, and it was the scariest thing. And I woke up and my stomach hurt right there. It was a really, really vivid dream. But thank you, Dwayne, for that, bringing me back to those times. Question number 8 comes from Aaron. Would you rather be bitten by a vampire or a zombie? Well, zombie, you join the zombie gang, and you get to roll around and just be a zombie. You think other zombies get with each other? Obviously, there's zombies out there, they have their needs too. I don't want to be a zombie with all of them, then try to gang up and try to get the humans. At that point, I feel like I wouldn't like humans. I'd be well, everyone's got to be infected. If I'm infected, Maybe if we're World War Z zombies, we get to run faster. Maybe I think I'd want to get bit by a zombie. I'm not team vampire, especially in Twilight. Team werewolf, I think. So yeah, I'd definitely be bit by a zombie. I think that would be cool. And then becoming one and being joining the new regime of the zombies. I I played Left 4 Dead, and I played on the zombies side quite a bit, and I liked it. So, yeah, I'd be bit by a zombie for sure. And our last question of the day or of the night comes from Hannah. Hannah L. What zombie? No. Yeah, what zombie movie would you live in? Zombieland would be cool because then I could run into Woody Harrelson, Jesse Eisenberg, Emma Stone. Um, I would definitely not live in World War Z because those zombies are fast. Those zombies are like NFL prospect fast. They're out here, they're jumping like the wall of Israel, wall of Israel and Palestine or whatever. That's insane. I would not want to mess with those zombies. So definitely not, anything related to those. But I'd probably be going to the zombie movie of, Zombieland because it's more modern. Still haven't seen Zombieland 2 Double Tap yet, or Zombieland Double Tap. I do plan on seeing it though. But Halloween, it's a special time of year, and I hope everyone's out there being safe. That's disclaimer. I'm about to be a nerd here, but at the end of the day, make sure you don't got any fucking razor blades in your apples, and you make sure the drink you got from someone, guy or girl, isn't laced with anything. Get your own drinks. Just don't go into the creepy side of towns to get trick-or-treat candy. You can always go buy it if you really have nowhere to go. If you ever need somewhere to trick-or-treat, always feel free to come trick-or-treat at my place. We always got cool candy. I'm not going to tell you where I live, but if you can find me, I'll help you out. It's Halloween's a fun time, and why, have to worry about like the bad things of Halloween. Halloween's supposed to be fake bad, fake evil and all that. And we dress up to get away from life a bit. Me dressing up as Calvin Gemstone is just like a super fun thing for me to do, and it's a way for me to show my love or my fandom for Adam Devine and his show that he put on, and it's like my way of giving back, I feel like, in a little bit of a way, to say like, hey man, like out of all the people I could have chose to dress up as, I chose to dress up as Adam or Kelvin, because it's just a cool show to me. And I think that's the way with anything, obviously people, if they dress up a banana, they might really like bananas, but it's cool. You get to see everyone's side of them. You get to see people who go out to parties and they dress up as maybe a Rihanna or something, or maybe they dress up as a Power Ranger. Maybe they've really liked Power Rangers ever since they were a kid. It's really cool, delicate stuff like that. That I think everybody's story, everybody's costume has a story. Sometimes there's people just with cat ears. Maybe they really like cats. As much as we like to hate on the cat costumes every year, maybe it's just all the money they had. But at the end of the day, I think everyone is just having fun on Halloween, and I think it's the most expensive, like commercially. I think it's the time where the most things, like the most money's in the holiday. Like Easter, there's not that much money in it. Christmas, I don't think there's that much money in it compared to Halloween, because Halloween has all these costumes and people go hard. But I mean, Christmas there's gifts, but I still think Halloween beats it a little bit. Next, I think it goes Halloween, Christmas, 4th of July, New Year's Eve, Easter, and then Valentine's Day, and then Easter. I just think that's how it goes. I think October 31st brings in a lot more money than all the other ones do. But man, I'm just really happy of how things have come lately. And lately, a little update on me, all besides, Halloween. I've been touching up in animation currently. I've been really interested in animation and how it works. I really want to start something great with animation, and starting from the scratch is something I do a lot. I feel like I start a lot of things and I kind of go stagnant in them. I started learning guitar and piano and stuff like that, and those are instantaneous gratifications for me to do. When I play music, it's instant relief in either stress or it's great for me to do. Animation is one of those things I could sit down and just like put all my. I want to make a show like regular show. I want to make a show and it be animated. And I think it would be really cool to have some voice actors come on, like people that are close to me, and animate something like that. You look at something like SpongeBob, look how big SpongeBob got. I'm not trying to be like SpongeBob, but everyone loves animation. And if somebody says they're too old, that they don't like animation, yet they watch Dragon Ball Z and Rick and Morty, that's animation, buddy. So don't try to be on your high horse if you actually do like it, But I'm not saying if you don't like it, I don't like you. Like, obviously I don't care, but that's what I'm into, right now. And it's I've been also getting to the point of knowing that not every day is going to be the happiest, joyful day of your life. It's just true, I go to class and I'm like, man, I'm just worn out today. And then I try to like pin it on something, and I always try to pin it on school for some weird reason. Like, oh, it's school's fault. I'm not happy right now. When actually it's just my attitude, If I wake up and choose to have a shitty day, then I'm going to have a shitty day. So I start waking up and having better days, and that's how things help. And another quote I live by on a daily basis is from a show I used to watch, was Mad Men with John Hamm. And the main character, Don Draper, says this. He said, if you don't like what's being talked about, then change the subject. And a lot of people like to get butthurt at certain topics and just want to sit there and argue. But if you don't like the topic, just change the subject. Change the topic. I'm not saying, let's change the topic now. Like, sit up and just say, I object. No, we're not going to talk about how blank and blank is better than blank and blank. Like, don't have to be all obnoxious. Just bring up something else. Like, yo, man, I forgot to tell you, I just started taking guitar lessons. And then the whole conversation aura is changed, But I believe that's all I have for you guys today on the Dom Joseph Podcast, episode 18, Halloween special. Again, I am Kelvin Gemstone from Righteous Gemstones. If you guys have not seen that show, go check it out. It is on HBO, featuring Danny McBride, Adam Devine, and much more great, fantastic actors that are well known. Thank you guys so much for listening. The episode will be available on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and any other ones. If you guys have any questions, please text the show, 425-320-3641. Again, 425-320-3641. Send in some questions if you want to be part of the show. I can't thank you guys enough for listening every week, if you guys truly do. Thank you guys so much for listening, and have a fantastic Halloween, and be safe, dress up as your favorite person, and have a great one.